Hello everyone, welcome to Bhadra Academy. So now let's continue our daily quiz discussion. As I mentioned, the quiz is basically now we are focusing on SSC, banking, railway and other exams which are expected to come soon. So the level and the standard of questions are also kept for the SSC level. Okay. So question number 211. Who amongst the following is renowned in the field of painting? So we have Parveen Sultana, Professor T.N. Krishnan, Ram Kinkar and Raja Ravi Verma. So the correct answer for this would be Raja Ravi Verma. So if you look at here, Raja Ravi Verma was an Indian painter from the princely state of Travancore, achieved the recognition for his depiction of scenes from the epics of Mahabharata, Ramayana, etc. Okay. So this kind of questions from the art and culture point of view, you might get it for your exam. Just we need to be familiar with this kind of a concepts. Okay. Question number 212. Le Corbusier, the architect of Chandigarh city, was a national of which country? So if you look at the Chandigarh city, it is in a way designed like a kind of a human being setup, like we have the heart, we have the lung, or the brain, etc. So similar kind of a framework he has designed the city. Therefore, it is very popular, the Chandigarh architect, right? So now he is from the which national? So we have options Netherlands, Portugal, UK, France. So the correct answer would be answer 4, that is France. He is basically a French citizen. So if you look at here, Charles Edouard Junot, betterly known as the Le Corbusier, he was an architect, designer, urbanist, writer, etc. No, he was born in Switzerland and became a French citizen in 1930, right? So he was very popular and also he was awarded the Frank A. Brown Medal, AIA Gold Medal in 1961. So his basic contribution also, if you see, he is the pioneer of modern architecture, right? So renowned for innovative design in architecture, furniture, interiors, etc. So remember this name, it is very popular and is related to one of the well designed cities, we can say Chandigarh. Question number 213. In which field of art, Jamini Ray make his name? How he became popular. So we have options sculpture, music, painting, or drama. So the correct answer would be C, that is the point 3, that is painting. So if we look at some details about his life, Jamini Ray was an Indian painter. His key works like The Bride and the Two Companions 1952, Duel Cats with One Crayfish 1968, etc. So he was very much popular with the painting. So if you can see here, these are his paintings, right? So these kind of personalities are very important. He was also awarded Padma Bhushan in 1954. Okay, so remember all these persons and their contributions, it will be much useful. Question number 214. Where is the Swami Narayan temple, that is the Akshardham temple located, right? Swami Narayan Akshardham temple. So if you look at the correct answer, it will be Gandhinagar, Gujarat, right? So now Akshardham in Gandhinagar is one of the largest temples in the Indian state of Gujarat. Okay, so the temple complex combines devotions, art, architecture, education, exhibitions, etc. Right? So the temple came to international attention when 2 heavily armed terrorists attacked in September 2002. Right? So it is a predecessor to the Akshardham in Delhi, built by the same religious organization. Okay, so the Akshardham temple is popular, but you remember the largest one, right? That is the Swami Narayan temple, Akshardham, is in Gujarat, Gandhinagar. Okay. Question number 215. What do the paintings of Ajanta depict? You know that there is Ajanta Ellora paintings are there. So very popular in Maharashtra, right? So the paintings of Ajanta basically depict the Jatakas. That is the correct answer. Answer is 3. So the Ajanta caves in Aurangabad district of Maharashtra, there are about 30 rock cut caves monuments which date from the 2nd century BCE to about 500 to 600 Common Era, right? So now these are basically depicting what we can say the Buddhist paintings. Okay, so the caves include paintings and sculptures of Buddhist religious art. They feature the Buddha figures and depictions. They form the largest corpus of early Indian wall painting as well. Okay, so since 1983, the Ajanta caves are also UNESCO World Heritage Site. Okay, so plenty of information just given in one image. So just keep it in mind for your preparations. It will be much useful. Okay. So question number 216. Where did the miniature paintings of Indian heritage develop? You know, the miniature paintings of Indian heritage, where did it develop? So the correct answer would be Kishangarh, right? So now if you look at the details here, the art of miniature painting was introduced to the land of India by the Mughals, who brought the much revealed art from the Persian area, right? So in the 16th century, the Mughal ruler Humayun brought artists from Persia and they specialized in miniature painting. Okay, so that is how this came. So generally, it is also known as what we can say the popular form of the painting. So you can see here you have the Mewar in Udaipur, Bundi, you know, Kota, Marwar, Jodhpur, Bikaner, Jaipur, you know. So these are all the very popular. So here the correct answer would be Kishangarh. Okay. So these are actually called the schools of Rajput painting in different areas. See, exam perspective, we need to know a lot of things about art and culture as well. So question 217. In which state is the folk painting Madhubani popular? Right? So the correct answer would be Bihar. So if you look at the Madhubani painting, or it is also called Mithila painting. So the Madhubani painting or Mithila painting is a style of Indian painting practiced in Mithila region of Bihar and also nearby areas in Nepal. Right? Now these paintings are normally done either with fingers or with small twigs like sticks, you know, yeah, brushes, yeah, nib pens, yeah, matchsticks. So you see, these are actually made it in the form of what we can say geometric patterns they usually use for making this kind of painting. Now these paintings are for each occasion like birth, marriage, Holi, you know, alag occasion mein we can use this kind of painting. So this is also very popular. So we need to be familiar with this from the exam perspective. Question number 218, art and culture quiz. Who was the painter of the famous painting called Bharat Mata? Right. So Bharat Mata, so we can see here the Bharat Mata painting. Who is known for this particular painting? This should be a simple question because many people know this answer. This is the answer number B, right? It is the Abhindranath Tagore is the known for this. So Bharat Mata is an epic painting by the celebrated Indian painter, right? Abhindranath Tagore, and the paintings depict Bharat Mata as a Lakshmi, yeah, goddess of plenty as well, right? She is also clad in the apparel of a Vaishnava nun, symbolizing purity, spirituality, etc. So the painting was created in 1905 during the Swadeshi movement. So this extra information you keep in mind because when you are going for exam related to the same topic, other things can also be asked in exam. Question number 219. The Gandhara art flourished during the period of which rulers? The Guptas, the Mauryas, the Satanas, yeah, the Kushans. So the correct answer would be the Kushans, right? So if you'll see, it is a blend of what we can say Indian as well as the Hellenistic traditions. So the kingdom of Gandhara lasted from the early 1st millennium BC to the 11th century AD. Now it attained the what we can say the height of the kingdom in the 1st century to 5th century, that is under the Buddhist Kushan kings. So that is the right answer therefore. Okay? So the rulers of the past and their art culture are sometimes confusing and we can get mixed up in exam. So it is better to be familiar with this. Question number 220. It is the match the following. So here we have the artist and the artist form, art form. So Amrita Shergill, you know what she is known for. So if you see here, she is known for painting. Swaminathan Pillai is known for flute, right? Then Kalandalam Krishnan Nair known for Kathakali, right? So now if you look at this, the correct answer therefore would be option A. So it means option 1, that is A will match with 3. So if you see, A will match with 3 and B will match with 1 and C will match with 2 and D will match with 4. Bharatanatyam. Clear? So now when you are going for various types of exam, you see art and culture of India regularly comes for exam. Okay, not only for civil service, but also SSC, banking, ADRE, you know, various types of exams, this kind of questions can be very common. Okay, so we need to be familiar. Here all the explanations are also given, so it should be rather easy for you to study and prepare. Okay, so if you are preparing for any type of exam like UPSC, APSC, state level exam, SSC, banking, railway, ADRE, sub-inspector, for any help or any study material or coaching, you can contact Bhadra IAS Academy at 8638391721. Okay, so keep watching our quiz series. You will get plenty more questions for your exam preparation. Thank you.